How's it going today, everybody? Robin here from AriesFireTarot. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're, I wanted to say repeat offender, but that's not very nice. But if you're returning back to my channel, thanks very much for tuning in again. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy. Going to do just like a general energy reading today. It's for all signs, basically anybody who felt compelled to stop by and click on the link. So I am shuffling the Gilded Tarot deck here for you guys. I'll start pulling some cards in a minute. You just wouldn't believe the time I had trying to get set up and read today. It's like Grand Central Station of noise in my neighborhood, just ridiculous. So I had to just put it off and go sit down and relax. And now I'm back at it, so hopefully we can get this done right now. So the first card I've pulled here for you guys is the Judgment card. Okay, so the Judgment card is about, could be about new beginnings, feeling a little bit rejuvenated. The Judgment card is also about karma and basically what goes around comes around. So I accidentally put the deck upside down, which I don't usually do. So I'm going to take this card and then I'm going to flip the deck over again. And this is the Ten of Wands. So this is somebody that has been working very, very hard towards moving towards a goal. You can see that they are burdened by all these wands on their back, but their gaze is unwavering. They're looking forward. They're undeterred by the things around them. You can see the wildlife in the background. They're probably just in shock because this guy is just, he's pretty loaded down. He reminds me of Björn from Vikings, if you guys watch that show at all, which I love. Okay, so next card I've got here for you is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, this is the energy of somebody, it could be you. Actually, I'm getting the sense that it is you. Somebody that is very detail oriented. They like to dress, if not expensively, just with an eye for detail, like perfectly turned out regardless of the budget. And their home will be, I'm seeing the word spotless and organized again, like they're just a really detail-oriented person, but also the Queen of Cups can be like a little bit of a sensitive person and have like a small circle of friends. They're probably like, almost like, you know, the style of an introverted empath, like that kind of person. So if that's you, I mean, welcome to the club. Like, I'm the same way. Except sometimes I'm a schlep, so. But, I mean, that's the benefit of being able to work from home. Benefit. At least I'm not rocking a onesie today, so you guys can be thankful for that. I'll pull another card here. So this is the Six of Swords. This is somebody that is basically like getting out of Dodge, right? They are headed into their future. And I see the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. They're looking in the same direction. So they're looking off into the distance at something. Anyway, so it looks like this person here with the Six of Swords, they've been through not the most fabulous time in their life, and they are just like getting away while they can. And it looks like they're paddling into more of a calmer water, whatever, into the distant shore, whatever that holds for them. Interesting. I'm getting a little bit of chatter about the cards. I find it pretty interesting that the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords are looking in the same direction, sort of off into the distance at something that might be better. But I'm kind of curious about this Judgment card. and what that's got to say. So I'm actually going to set the Gilded Tarot to the side, and I'm going to grab the Essential Tarot. This is what I usually use this as my clarifying deck. I very rarely do a read with this deck, but sometimes I do, just if I get a message from my spirit guides that's like, hey, use the Essential Tarot today. Anyway, I'm going to clarify the Judgment card using the Essential Tarot. This deck is so much easier to shuffle. Okay, so we have the Knight of Rods here. I just sort of gave up on my rule about saying rods because rods just seems gross to me, but it's the Knight of Rods in the Gilded Tarot. It's the rods are wands, which I prefer to say. So anyway, we've got the Knight of Rods here when I asked for a clarifying card on the Judgment card. So I'm just getting the impression here that something is happening with regards to travel and moving, not work related. Interesting. So under the Judgment card, fresh new beginning, something starting over again. Like you've got a new lease on life with the Judgment card. And then the Knight of Rods represents somebody who would like to travel, or they tend to move from not even one neighborhood to another. They'll move across the country, or they'll move, from one province to another. I'm in Canada, or in the States, one state to another. So I'm definitely seeing that. I just had something flash into my head. You reap what you sow. So I'm actually seeing people moving back to the town that they grew up in. It's I think you might have moved away while you were young. I'm seeing grade school, grade 5, grade 6. And ever since then, you've sort of been working your way back, and you obviously had to grow up with your family, and, as a child, you couldn't just basically, I'm out of here, right? I don't like it here. You guys suck. I'm out of here. But I'm seeing that ever since you left, you've been wanting to go back. Hold on. I had to take a noise pause. So anyway, yeah, you've been, and I feel like this is the burden of how much you have missed this place. And with the Queen of Cups, it's even though I think you've had sort of a decent place to live in, and you've been looked after, and you've had, it might not have been a wealthy upbringing with your family, but everything was as it should be. You had clothes, you were able to more than get by, let's just say. But even with, the house and the clothing and everything, you're looking off back across to where, this place where you spent sort of a chunk of your childhood, and you have a lot of fond memories there. And I see that you're getting ready to go back. The swords are representing your thoughts, right? And you've been thinking about this, and I think you're a little concerned about how your family might react to you moving, right? Because that's not an easy thing to do. Actually, like my son moved to a different city last year, and it was, I think, harder for all of us than we thought it would be. Like, you know, it's hard emotionally, right, to be separated from your family. But I see that this is what you've been longing for. You know, there's something that is, you're like intrinsically tied to this place. And I see you preparing yourself emotionally to leave, like, and you're in your head about it, like with the moon in the background, because the moon like represents your thought processes, right? Like, hold on. I mean, to me, it looks like these are clouds, but it looks like the moon there to me a little bit. It looks like just the shape of the moon, and the moon is in this card. So you've been thinking about this a long time. I think you never wanted to leave in the first place. I think there was just something so special about, hold on, 14th time is a charm. So as I was saying, it's like basically as soon as you found out you were leaving to be relocated with your family, you've been carrying this it's almost like a burden of your desire to move back, right? And all these cards looking off into the future, like, and just looking off into the distance, like with great longing as represented in the cup, like that. It's very emotional for you. Like it's just been in your head and in your heart. And I see this has been a long time. I see 10 years plus. I mean, if that's not the right time frame, you know, forgive me for that, but that's what I'm getting. Like when I get insights provided to me, like I'm seeing that it's been a long time and you're ready to go. Like the knight is basically ready to take action. Like he wants to go. But you feel like, I think you would feel like you were kind of slinking off and leaving your family if you were to do that. So I want to pull one more card on the Six of Swords to try and help sort of raise that emotional, I feel like it's a burden. You know, you're really torn. Hold on for a second. Okay, well, that's interesting. I got the Death card here. So the Death card is not about, you know, it's not an indication of somebody going to die. I mean, anyway, it's about a situation that needs to end. So, and I'm pulling that underneath the Six of Swords, which is the one that I was saying, this is where you're just really in your own head and you feel like you would be you would be betraying your family by following your own heart, right? So the Death card popped up to say to you, you just need to stop that. You know, you need to stop, like you're basically beating yourself up for something that you're planning to do that has been in your heart for a really long time. So, you know, and it might be hard for you and your family to have this sort of a separation, but I mean, it just makes the visits more meaningful, you know, even if they're short, and, you know, give you an excuse to travel. And, you know, there's, vacations and holidays. Like every faith, I find every culture has some sort of celebration at some point during the year. So there's that. And like if you don't do this, if you don't follow your heart off into the distance where you want to be, and how would that feel? You know, the thing is, if you move, I feel like I need to pull one more essential tarot, you guys. If you move and it's not working out, if you're heartbroken, if you're devastated, you move back. I mean, really? So, and then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is representing analytical thought. King of Swords is somebody that is very decisive. He is going to take that sword and sort of cut through like the fog of all that thinking, you know, the back and forth, and this is what I want. Oh, but you know, my family, and you know, what if I miss everybody? And you know, this is a sign that you can make this decision. You know, the Death card came up to say, stop worrying about what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen until you go. It could be the best thing that you've ever done for yourself. There could be another reason that you're not even aware of. The universe could have some sort of divine plan for you. Like if you're single, you might meet the person that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. You could, you know, you could open up your own business. Like the possibilities are only as limited as your mind. And so if you are feeling totally compelled with the 10 of Wands to go somewhere, if there is somewhere in the world that is calling your name, if it's like pulling at your heart, there's a reason for that. And you know, it's great that you would worry about the rest of your family, you know, but you just need to go for it. And you know, hold on, I'll show you the cards really quickly here. Or not. Worst camera angle ever. Like if you have the internet and you're watching this video, there's also the internet and Skype. There's also all these apps that you can use for free to communicate with people. Plus there's also sending cards. You don't have to stop having a relationship with your family because you want to follow your own path. And if your path is taking you away from the residence where most of your family lives, that's okay, because sometimes the path will lead you back around, right? With the Judgment card. But if this is you contemplating a move, the cards are saying, you know, you should go for it. You should just go for it. And stop worrying. I could keep babbling about this reading, but I think you get the point, right? And I just feel like they have something else to say, but I'm not getting it. So I'll wrap it up there. If this is you and you're contemplating a move, or you've just moved, let me know how it's going. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Really appreciate all the subscribes. I have a few more to go before I can get my own YouTube link for my channel. So if you could help me out with that, that would be super cool. And share and like, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Stay blessed, you guys. I did that backwards. Bye.